All right, guys, today we're going to get rolling into 1031 exchanges.
You better get fired up.
All right, so a 1031 exchange, what a cool opportunity, right? To be able to take profit, right? A monstrous amount of profit from one property that you sell and roll it into another piece of property without having to pay taxes. That's the gist of a 1031 exchange. So let me give you, scenarios are different from person to person and from transaction to transaction, but let me give you just a simple example, right? Let's say you're going to sell a property that you've owned, a ranch that you've owned for decades, right? It's been in the family forever, and you are going to sell that property, but you're like, man, I want to buy an apartment building with that. But on the sale, let's say I'm going to make $1 million, right? And capital gains is anything over $500,000. I'm going to have to pay capital gains taxes on that $500,000 extra over and above my $500,000 limit, right? I don't want to pay taxes on that. So what you can do is you can use a 1031 exchange. So the 1031 exchange is going to allow you to take the full $1 million profit and roll it right into that apartment building you want, all right? So instead of getting the $1 million profit, paying taxes on that second $500,000 that's over and above your limit, right? Let's say you're paying 25%. That's $125,000. That brings your $1 million down to $875,000. Now you're only able to purchase an apartment building for up to $875,000, right? Whereas if you use a 1031, boom, you've got the full $1 million to invest. You can actually leverage more of your money purchasing a bigger property, and the bigger property is on average going to make you more money, right? It just gives you more opportunity. That is the gist of a 1031 exchange. So now let's get into it, right? Okay, so I'm going to give you 3 big things that you want to think about when we're talking about 1031 exchanges. This is just enough to give you a taste of what a 1031 does. If you're actually interested, if you're like, hey, I can see a scenario where this would work for me, just get in touch with me, man. Look up 1031 exchanges. You can find somebody in the area that'll do it as a professional. But again, if you don't know anybody and you just want to ask me, feel free. Put a comment down below, send me a DM, whatever it is, and I'll get back to you with a great referral. All right, so the first thing you got to remember is that it's got to be like kind, all right? So what does like kind mean? It means if I'm a baseball card collector. If I've got a baseball card collection, it's worth $1 million, and I am going to pay taxes on that second $500,000 that I make because of capital gains taxes. Instead of paying the money on that, I can roll it into another investment and save on those taxes, right? Now, I got to pay those taxes eventually. They're deferred. They're not erased, right? I'm going to have to come back and pay them eventually, but it allows you to leverage that money and get into something bigger. So what like kind means is I can't sell my baseball card collection and roll all those funds into an apartment building. Can't do it. It's got to be another collection. In fact, depending upon the rules, and you'd have to ask a 1031 exchange expert, it might even have to be a sports collection or a baseball card collection, something like that, right? They'll tell you a little bit more details on the rules, but it's definitely going to have to be something in the collection arena to be like kind. Now, in real estate, the really cool thing is there's a lot of gray area. So going back to that ranch situation, you might sell the ranch, and you might roll that into an apartment building, right? Now, the ranch might not have been used to make money, or you didn't make a whole lot of money, right? And now you're pumping it into an apartment building where your intent is for that to be an investment. You want to make money off of it, okay? It's okay in the world of real estate because you're looking at real estate and rolling it into real estate, so it's looked at as like kind. And again, for your specific situation, I highly recommend that you talk to a 1031 expert, but know that you have a lot of options when it comes to real estate. All right, so before we go any further, I got to throw a shameless plug out, right? What kind of realtor would I be? A salesman would I be if I didn't do that? So hey, go up and check out my Instagram handle, or if you're more of a Facebook person, my Facebook business page is right over here. Check it out. It's got loads of wonderful real estate statistics every single day. All right, so number 2, we're going to get to the deadlines, right? There's 2 big numbers that you want to know when it comes to deadlines if you want to make sure that you're hitting everything you need so that you can actually follow the rules and save on that money. So the first number is 45 days, okay? 45 days is the amount of days that you have from the time that you close on the first property, right? The property that you sell until the time that you identify the property that you want to eventually, not today, but eventually close on and roll all that money into, right? Now, you are to identify one property, but you can choose up to 3 if you request to do so, giving you multiple options. Do you have to close on all 3? No, you don't. You only have to close on 1 if you want to take advantage of the 1031 exchange taxes, right? The second big number is 180. So the 180 has nothing to do with the 45, right? It doesn't in any way play with the 45 days. It starts from the day that you sell the property, right? Day 0. From then you have 180 days to actually close on that property. So it doesn't matter if you take 3 days to identify the properties you're interested in or all the way up to 45 days. Either way, you only have 180 days total to close on that property and have those funds rolled into that second property, thus saving you all of those capital gains taxes. All right, and then rule number 3 is a doozy, man. You do not want to forget this or it's going to mess up the whole process for you. And it's pretty simple, right? You can't touch the money. The money has to go through a 1031 exchange company. They're going to take the money at the time of closing on property A. They're going to hold it, maintain it, manage it, do whatever they need to do to keep it nice and safe for you. And then when you're ready to roll it into property B, they're going to, and they know all the laws, they know all the rules. They're going to keep you up on all of this. They're going to roll those funds into property B, and they're going to do it in a way that meets all of the legal standards and allows you to save on those capital gains taxes. All right, guys, those are the 3 big things that you want to know about, that you want to think about when it comes to a 1031 exchange. But again, I just wanted to wet your whistle here. I wanted to give you just a taste of it so that you know, yes, I'm interested or no, I'm not. And if you are interested, again, you can put a comment down below. You can DM, email me, text me, call me, whatever it is you want to do, and I will help you find a 1031 exchange company to actually get you successfully through this. If you guys like this video, please go down and hit the like button. If you loved it, hit that subscribe button, and you guys stay fired up.